Welcome to the Victory Frame Coach podcast. I am your host, Erasmo Soto, and today is the second episode of the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference between the alpha versus the beta mindset. Now, before we begin, I'd like to give you the old definition of what it takes to be an alpha. Especially in the animal kingdom, the alpha was the most dominant male animal of a particular group in the dominance hierarchy. So he's the guy that pretty much kills the most, hunts. He's the strongest. Nobody really challenges him. As soon as you look at him, okay, this guy is the alpha, right? And that's fine for biology. That's perfect for us to remain safe, to keep us safe, because it has helped us survive for a long time. But today I'm going to talk about what I actually coach, what I've learned over the years, especially through my mentor. Being in the alpha mindset is a skill set you can develop. It's not something you're born with compared to the animal kingdom. I'm talking about a psychological paradigm shift in your mind where you go from beta, which is very animalistic, very scarcity. It lives in fear. It serves to protect us, to keep us safe, to keep us away from danger, versus the alpha, which is very human and knows fear, but acts on it anyway, is very abundant. It works with love, providing and protecting in a very courageous way. A lot of times it's more proactive versus retroactive. Now, just to give you guys a working definition of what it is to be in the alpha mindset, it's pretty much a person who takes extreme responsibility for their thoughts, their emotions, their actions. They know that what they can control and what they can't, and the things that they can't control, they'll use the thoughts that come from it to their advantage so they can help themselves and others. They're not here trying to place blame. They're not here trying to manipulate. They're not here trying to complain about the things that happen to them. That's primarily what being in the beta mindset entails. That's what keeps us safe. That's what keeps us from taking responsibility for our own emotions, for our own actions. We always want to blame the way that we feel or the way that we do things on other people. That's in the beta mind. And to be quite honest, you could probably look around your circle of friends, your family, members at work. A lot of us are operating on the beta mindset. And whenever you hear somebody complain, whenever you hear somebody tell you, hey, they made me feel this way, or this person hurt my feelings, they're in the beta mindset. If that pertains to you, I want you to know, I just want you to be aware that you do have control over over the thoughts that you have. You do have control over your actions. You do have control over the way they feel. You just have to be self-aware about them and know that it's not anybody else's fault. It's not your fault either, because the brain is trying to keep you safe and it gives you those thoughts. It gives you that confirmation that you're looking for, so that it gives you that feeling of, hey, you know what? It's okay to feel that way. It's okay that this person did this to you and you feel this way. The alpha person in the alpha mindset knows that they are in control of their emotions. So if they do feel upset, it's because of something within them that they need to change. If somebody says something to them that they don't like, they have the choice to take it in or leave it out. They're going to use it to their advantage, where there is anger, where there is happiness, where there's joy, where there's sadness. They're going to pick whatever emotions they want based on what they get from other people, which is information, and they're going to use it to their advantage. They're not going to complain. They're not going to manipulate other people. They're not going to try to put blame on other people. They know that they are responsible for their own emotions and actions and feelings. Now, think about all the times that you have grown up. Even our parents, I think most of our parents are still operating in the beta mindset. A little example, somebody calls your mother from school and says, hey, you need to come into school because your son hurt this person's feelings. You go into school and the teacher themselves saying that are in the beta mindset, because there's nothing that another person can say or do to another person that's going to hurt the other person's feelings without their permission. This is generational. This is something that's been going on for a long time, because we are a species that still have our animalistic brain, and we like to put blame on other people, put the responsibility on other people as to how we should feel, how we should behave, and our reaction towards things. Everything you do has a choice. The way that you feel has a choice. the things that you think about, you have a choice about that. And the person operating the beta mindset is always going to put that on somebody else. The person in the alpha mindset, it's always going to take it in and take full responsibility and say, this is how I want to feel. This is what I want to think. This is how I want to act. The results in their life are going to be way different than person in the beta mindset. Everything that you have in your life right now, all the results in your life, is all an addition to all of the choices that you've made because of the way that you felt, because of the things that you thought about, because of your actions. And all of that you have total control over. This is something that I've learned in my mid to late 20s, which I feel like I wish I could have learned it before. But now I'm teaching it to my sons. Nobody has control over your thoughts. Nobody has control over your emotions. Nobody controls over your actions. Only you do. Another thing about being in the alpha state is that it knows no suffering. They know that suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. When we feel like we are needy, when we feel like we need something, we have to do something, that is not alpha. That is beta. That's in the beta mindset. When you feel like you need something, when you feel like you're dependent emotionally or physically upon somebody, you're in the beta mindset. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to create the life that you want, you must develop the skill set of being in the alpha mindset. That's the big shift here. That is what I try to coach my clients. That is what I try to teach you guys through this podcast. Think about it this way. The subconscious is our survival brain. When we're in fear, when we are in worry, when we're in doubt, that is the beta mindset trying to protect us. That is the subconscious. It protected us from predators and it helped us live a long time. This brain is pretty fast and it finds ways to keep you safe. It scans the world and tries to find ways to keep you safe. Immediately you get thoughts about keeping you safe from anyone and anything that's trying to endanger you, right? Now the conscious brain is our human brain. It's the brain where we choose our thoughts. It's the brain where we choose our actions. It's the brain where we choose our feelings. And so the skill set that you should develop is how to control that side. You are in total control of that side. And the more you practice on training your conscious brain, then subconsciously, you're going to train that side of the brain as well. The animal brain, right? When it sees danger, it's not going to feel that fear all the time. And even if it does, it's going to act on it anyways in ways that preserve themselves and advance others, provide and protect, and continue to move forward to create the life that they want to do. A lot of my clients come to me and they tell me, hey, coach, this happened to me in my life. Or this person said this, or she did this to me, or she did that to me, and this is why I did this, and this is why I did that. Quite honestly, I listen and I'm like, all right, cool. And it tells me everything I need to know. They will operate in the beta. So once I give them the shift of how to shift from that beta mindset into the alpha state, they're like, oh, snap. Why didn't I think of that before? Because again, it's a skill set, brother. It's a skill set that you need to develop over time. And it takes practice, to be quite honest with you. Once I saw exactly what I had control over, it was like a moment in the matrix where you could see everything and the way everybody's behaving. And you're like, wow, this person, he's definitely in survival mode. He's in the beta mindset, or this girl is in the beta mindset as well. And you see the same type of behaviors, same type of actions, same type of feelings, and same type of blame and manipulation. You can't judge them for it because they don't know any better. Most of them are not aware of what they're doing, to be quite honest. But once you become aware, it is your full responsibility to develop this skill set and to take full responsibility for the way that you feel, for the things that you think. This is what got me out of depression and anxiety. And then in the next episode, I'm going to explain to you what that entails. It's called the universal truth. Now, in the beta mindset, now when you say, I want to, or I choose to, those are empowering words. Those are very empowering. That's when you know you're in the alpha state because you're not needy. You're not in fear. You're not in a state of scarcity. You're in a state of abundance. I want to go to the store today. I want to go to the gym today. I want to go out for that run today. I want to go up to that girl today. I want to be able to do these things today. Not, I have to go to the store, or I have to throw out the trash, or I have to go to the gym. No, those are states of scarcity. Now, to be fair to those people who are still in the beta mindset, there is really no class out there in college that teach you these things, right? So a lot of our parents are still in that beta mindset. Once I learned the skill set and I developed it, and I'm still developing over time, a part of me wanted to teach this to my family members and my friends. A lot of times when I start talking, they're like, "What are you talking about? That's not true. That's not how it goes." It's very much true. It's very much how it goes. If you want, you can test it out for yourselves. Nobody can make you the way you feel without your permission. So if somebody makes you angry, it's because you allowed it, and that's a choice. A lot of people use anger to get the things that they want. A lot of fighters, a lot of boxers, a lot of warriors, they use anger and they channel it to get the result that they want in their life. And so I'm not saying that being angry or being sad or frustrated is negative emotion, but I'm saying that the people who are in the alpha mindset use those emotions purposely. They put themselves in certain situations purposely to get the results they want in their life, to get them the motivation to act on those emotions, to get the result that they want in their life. And that's the essence of manifestation. A lot of people say visualize and meditate or do this and that. Manifestation is controlling your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you choose, it's going to eventually create a feeling. That feeling is going to motivate an action, and that action is going to create a result. And that result is going to confirm the original thought you had about that circumstance. That's manifestation. And the person in the alpha mindset, they understand this and they use that to their advantage. Every single emotion, every single thought, they use to their advantage. Tom Brady, all-star NFL Hall of Famer, he once said that sometimes he pretends to hear somebody talk shit to them. He pretends to hear somebody talking shit to him before a game, just to get angry, just to get upset, that little edge that he needs to create that extra momentum going into the game. And that's what I mean being in the alpha state. Creating those emotions purposely, choosing those thoughts purposely, so that they can purposely motivate themselves to act and get the results that they want. That's the essence of manifestation. So us as adults, when we have the capacity to reflect on our thoughts, we get to decide what thoughts we want to think and we want to choose so that we could create those feelings. As children, we don't have that capacity. As kids, they usually go by what the adults tell them, what they should feel, how they should act. And now you can probably see how many instances you've seen in school, how many instances in the street, even in your family, where parents are operating on the beta mindset. And it's just a revolving sequence of being in a beta mindset. And to me, I'm on a mission to try to change the thought process of as many men as possible, because I know how important it is for a man to choose his thoughts, to choose his emotions, to choose his actions, his feelings, and how well he is going to feel, which in turn is going to make everybody else around them feel great. In summary, alpha state is an extreme responsibility of being accountable for our own feelings, for our own actions, for our own thoughts. They take full responsibility for their pain. They take full responsibility for their joy. Whereas the beta mindset person, he blames other people for the way that he feels. He blames other people for the things that he does. He blames other people for his thoughts. He blames the past. He tries to manipulate to get the results that he wants from other people. He complains about his situation. Guess what? You're going to continue to think about all the negative things that's going on in your life, and life is just going to give you more of that. Why? Because it's just going to be negative thoughts up on top of negative thought. That consequently gives you the negative feelings. Those negative feelings are going to motivate you to do the wrong things. And those negative actions are going to give you the negative results that you still have in your life. And my job is to just give you self-awareness. My job is not tell you what to do. I never tell my clients what to do. I only tell them how to think and how to feel. This is the dangerous part about me teaching this stuff, because once a man is aware of their own actions, their own thoughts, and they see that this is pure manifestation, they can use it for bad. You know, my job is to instill in them some principles and values to do the right thing. But what is the right thing these days? It's all relative. What's the right thing for one person may be the wrong thing for the next person. And so my job is to give them the thinking processes of exactly how to get the results that they want in their life, to manifest anything that they want in their life. Now, yes, for most people, this is a huge challenge, but it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile to master this skill set. It's worthwhile to continue to practice choosing your thoughts and looking at the results in your life and reflect on all the stuff that's happened to you in your life. Why is it worthwhile? Why is it worthwhile taking full responsibility for your emotions? Why is it worthwhile taking full responsibility for your thoughts, your actions? Because at the end of the day, you being in the alpha state is taking complete control over your life. Now think about all the times where you felt helpless, you felt unworthy, you felt anxious, you felt frustrated, you felt like you're not good enough. And now think of a life where you know that you have control of the way you feel, control of the way that you think, control of the things you do, control of your life. And this is the way of turning your life around. And that's why I feel like it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile developing this skill set. It's actually your responsibility, it's your duty as a man to develop this skill set and to teach it to your sons and even your daughters, to know that nobody else has control over the way you feel. And if you feel a certain way, it's because you chose it. And if you chose it, now you have work to do. If it gives you a negative result, now you have work to do. What made me want to choose this feeling? What made me want to choose these thoughts? What made me want to act this way? It's only subconscious, brother. And once you know that you're operating fear, you're operating worry, you're operating doubt, that you're in the beta mindset, you know that, okay, number one, you're not endangered. That's your brain trying to keep you safe. And number two, it's not going to give you the results you want in your life by staying in that mindset. Recognize it, be thankful for it, be grateful for it, but at the same token, go a step further, go a little deeper. Make that conscious decision to say, you know what? This is my responsibility. I need to be held accountable for this, for myself. And then the positive talk comes in. Every morning, look at yourself in the mirror. I'm the fucking man. And really believe it. Know that you have full responsibility for the way that you feel. Know that you have full responsibility for everything that has happened to you at this very point. Know that it is not your fault once you realize that, because you did not know about this skill set. But now that you do know, and now that you will know through this podcast, my hope is that you take full responsibility for that. If you want somebody to tell you what to do, you can definitely go to a therapist. Put a little bandage on that hemorrhage. But if you want to do a complete, long-lasting change in your life, you have to change your mind. And this is the way to do it, through the universal truth. Learning how to choose your thoughts, learning how to choose your emotions, learning how to create the motivations to act upon your emotions, learning to get the results you want in your life, and taking full responsibility for whatever comes. Once you develop the skill set, there is nothing that can stop you from getting the things that you want. Nothing. And guess what? When you don't get it, you're not going to feel that negative emotion, because you know that this place is full of abundance. You're in the alpha mindset. Everything around you is information for yourself. All right, now I'm going to give you guys a very quick example of what it takes to be in the alpha mindset versus the beta mindset. You're a man and you go to the grocery store and you see this very attractive woman, right? And naturally, you're going to get an elevated heart rate. You're going to have these physiological changes in your body. Some people get nervous, some people get shy. And you think that you're out of control with these emotions. This is your body telling you, hey, I'm trying to keep you safe. The person in the beta mindset and the person in the alpha mindset, they both feel those same emotions because they both have the animalistic part of their brain that tells them, hey, this is danger. You need to retreat and go to a cave to stay safe. That's pretty much what's going on. And guess what? The beta is going to listen to that part of the brain. But then the alpha state, the alpha mindset guy, he's going to choose to still approach that woman anyway, because he understands that the reason why he feels this way is because the body's trying to keep him safe. And he understands that, and he's grateful for it. But he wants to approach this attractive woman. He's going to create whatever emotion he needs to go and approach that woman. Because the result he wanted in his life is to date that woman. And so he's going to think when he needs to think, which eventually is going to create the feeling he needs to get the motivation to act, to get that result he wanted in his life. So both states give you the same physiological feeling. One is going to listen to it and the other one is going to act on it anyway. That's the only difference. This is why I say I never believe when someone says, oh, I'm an alpha male, I'm a beta male. Bullshit. If somebody has to call themselves an alpha male, it's because they're not really alpha. And at the end of the day, we both have those mindsets, both sides of the brains. Everybody has the side of the brain. You'll know when you're complete alpha state when you get to choose your thoughts. You get to choose your emotions despite the fact that circumstance came in your life, despite that happened to you in your past, despite of the weather, despite of other people's opinions. Whereas the beta mindset, he's going to remain safe and he's going to believe that confirmation bias that brain is telling him, oh yeah, that person, whatever he said about me, yeah, he's right. Oh, you know what? That happened to me in the past because of me. It's my fault or it's their fault. Somebody's fault. And he's going to try to manipulate someone else and get the result he wants, or he's going to freeze and not act at all. And then complain about the results in his life. Now, in the alpha state, there is no prejudice, no judgment, no fear of dying, no fear of rejection, no fear of other people, no fear of God, because he knows that God lives within him and God is everywhere. I'm getting a little spiritual here, but it's true. Superstition and magic don't sway the person in the alpha mindset. They're still going to act on the things that they want anyway. And they know that 100 years from now, all of the stuff that they do and the way they live their life it's going to be insignificant. So why not act on it? Why not act on it now? Understand this, guys. The person in the alpha mindset, going back to animalistic needs, is not afraid of being alone. Is not afraid of walking alone. Is not afraid of having no friends. Is not afraid of having no girlfriends. He doesn't have separation anxiety. He doesn't have jealousy. He doesn't act on his anger to try to hurt someone else on purpose. The person in the alpha mindset requires little and takes pleasure from the simple things in life. The beta is very needy. They need a lot of things to feel good about themselves. And they know that it's fleeting. The alpha mindset person they know that those emotions are fleeting constantly. Whereas the beta feels the need to constantly find something to be dependent upon emotionally. And if he doesn't get his way, he's going to blame somebody else for it. And some final thoughts here. You will make mistakes practicing this skill set. You will fall into the beta mindset. The goal here is not to live in the alpha mindset at all times, because that's practically impossible. The goal here is to not beat yourself up. The goal here is to become aware of your thoughts, take full responsibility of the way that you feel, full responsibility of how you act. Don't blame it on anybody else. Do not complain of the things that happened to you up until this point. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for the pain. Be grateful for the joy. Be compassionate with one another. Be compassionate with yourself, most importantly. Practice self-awareness. The goal here is to build self-confidence. The goal is to build as much self-confidence as you can so you can create the life you deserve, the life you always wanted, the life you think about all the time. Your subconscious wants to keep you safe. Be grateful for that side. But we're going to act on the things we need to get the results we want from here on out. All right? And that's all I got for you today. I hope it adds value in other podcasts. We're going to dive deeper into the universal truth, how to exactly choose our thoughts and why we need to choose our thoughts. why we should choose our emotions, why we should act on the emotions that we chose from, and exactly what the results in our life are going to do for us.